It's Lord Haywire. I am streaming some game creation today. I'm back to I'm just double checking everything. I haven't streamed in this count in a week, so I was just double checking everything. I am back to working on the 2D4X. I wasn't thinking about doing the Hex Demon, which I've been working on offline. But I decided to get where I can't fall behind on this thing, and I'll lose interest in things. But the working on the other game has actually it's really weird to me because it's been incredibly easy, and that's surprising to me because I struggle on so much stuff with this game. So obviously I'm learning things on this game, and then I've put I've learned a lot on this game, and then I started working on the Hex Demon game, and it was so easy and like, oh, I feel like a master of C sharp, even though I don't know shit about C sharp. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously you just do this. And I've been asking Chat GPT a lot of questions. Like, I almost go there first. Probably I do go there first for every question I have about how to do things, and it generally is wrong. I actually had some code that it wrote where I was looking at the code and I was like, this cannot be right. And I was just like looking, just staring, like I was like, there's no way this is right, and I was like trying to make it work, and after I debugged it, it was wrong. But it keeps suggesting things that I don't understand, and so I have to ask it, like, why are you doing it this way? And then it explains it, and I go, oh, this does make sense, even though it might be wrong for most of it. So it's a weird thing, and like any issues that I've come up to in the other game, it hasn't been 6 hours of me trying to figure it out. It's been like 30 minutes, which is completely different than this game, which I don't have a name for this. Hex Demon is not the name of the other game. That's just what I call it because it's a hex-based game, and you summon demons. But it's very weird to me that this one, I didn't start my music. It's very weird to me that this one is so much more difficult, and I don't know if it's because I've learned so much through this one or what. Like, I just don't understand what the difference is, but there is a major difference. I just don't know what they are. So there we go. One of the things I was doing is I was on the other game is, remember, so here, we'll hit play. So this is a 2D 4X game. That's, the name of it. Oh, I need to update this thing, but, and one of the things that I was struggling with is, remember, like if you move this person, let's see if this actually fires off. It does. I couldn't get it to go faster, and in the other game, I changed the variable and it went faster. And so I was actually thinking about it right before I started streaming, and I was like, this is set to 1. What happens if and I can't remember if I was changing this or if I was changing this. And if I'm changing this, so that was what was happening in my other game. This overrides this, and maybe that's what I was doing. So let's test that real quick. Let's put that at 100. And I don't know, because this is the one you got to change. And if that's the case, we got to, I got to remember to change the one in the inspector, not the one. God damn it, click on that. Yeah, that's not any faster. So I wonder if like one of these is overriding the other. This was not what I was originally going to work on. We're going to do some stacking. We're going to test the stacking. I don't remember what point we're at. So what if we put that there? I must have been doing it. Wait, did I not? I didn't save the hero token. There we go. 100. It should, wait. Yeah, it should fly across the screen at 100. Go. So that was the problem last time. Motherfucker. I was setting it over here. There's another way we could do. I like to set it in the code more than in the inspector. So that's another thing so ChatGPT was like, instead of using public classes, it wanted me to like pretty much forsaken public classes and just use mono behaviors, which was really weird to me. But then it worked so much better at this certain part where everything was attached to each game object. It's so bizarre. And then you just have a list of the game objects and you tell it just to get the component. So you would say like get component hero name off of because from the list of the, it's way different, but it seems to be working pretty well. So I may change some things around as I learn more. This is all about, how I learn shit. And it's currently, I don't know. I don't know how I'm learning what, but so let's go back and let's test what we were doing. Let's look at what we were doing. We have this whole thing here. Oh, let's update this README though. This is open source, and we're gonna have to hire a whatchamacallit, an artist at some point. What version are we on? 2F1. Someone in chat was saying they weren't having any bugs with this 2023 1.0 F1. I have been having many bugs, and I look them up, and people are like, "Yeah, this has been fixed on a certain version." But yeah, there are definitely bugs on this cutting edge version. Anyways, we were gonna look at this thing, and then I forgot that's what we were doing. Okay, so we did this. It doesn't matter where this is. If hero moves into a county and you spawn another hero, the hero stacking doesn't work. All right, let's double check that. We got to remember how everything we're doing. So what it's talking about is we've been making these heroes. This person's name is Stephen Martin, and that seems to be working. So we'll spawn Stephen Martin. And then we'll spawn Marianne. She's selected, so we might as well move her down here. That looks right to me. Let's zoom in on this fucker. We're gonna have to put a camera on here soon. So that worked. Did we fix that maybe? Let's spawn another hero here. So we selected away, and maybe we fix that. Let's do Ann White. But let's go back to here. I clicked away. Oh yeah, we had that weird thing. And I went in and fixed the bug. That was what it was. The weird thing was if you click on here, it was spawning more. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the fix, but whatever. Let's move you over to here and see if the stacking works. So that was, who did we move? Marianne, she's there. I think this is working. Let's spawn another person on top of her and see what happens. Oh, you know what? No, that population number is correct. Oh, I clicked the person we already spawned. We haven't checked that at all. We got to make sure that this number matches the number of people here. Okay, so that says 3. Did it say 2 before? I don't think it did. So that person's name should be different. Donna Sanderson, that's right. So how many people do we know are here? We know that there's one person who's the hero, and so there should be, Stephen Martin's here, Tony Griffin, and Jesse Smith are in this thing. So let's select, this should be Donna. It looks like it still is. It's hard to tell. Let's maximize this. Donna Sanders. Let's move her over here. And so now there should be, if we click on here, yeah, this isn't updating. There should be 4 people in here. We got to fix that. When a hero moves, they need to be added to the new county's population. And we'll turn that into an issue. Move this to the top. Look at how many issues there are in heroes, man. Can't remember any of this shit. So we'll fix that in a second. Let's make sure. So what happens if we click through these people? Oh, okay. So we do have that issue right there. The 2 should always be showing if there's 2 people. Oh, we have another issue too. If this guy's selected and we click on this one, it should deselect that one. All right. So let's put those issues in there. Hero count in stack isn't showing correctly, i.e. when they're are two of them. Sometimes it doesn't show. And what was the other thing we just did? We just did... I also have been still trying to mess with events in the other one, and it seems better not to do. Let's put this up here. It seems better just to not have events. I'm still not sure when you would want to use them. So we did that. Okay, and then sometimes when you select... Whoops, don't need notepad. Sometimes when you select a hero, sometimes when you have a hero selected and you select a hero in a different county, the original hero is still selected. I wonder what happens if we try to move. If they both try to move. We'll deal with that one first, I think. Actually, let's deal with this one first, but let's see what happens if we try to move them, just for fun. Okay, so this guy probably isn't really selected. Okay, so that is what we want. So let's start working on this shit. What did we just say we were gonna fix? When hero count in stack isn't showing correctly either. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna have to test to see exactly when that's happening. I have like a ton of debug logs. I probably should start trimming those down. I'm gonna make sure that I'm actually streaming here. It's happened in the past where I have not been. You know, Twitch does this new thing now where when you go to Twitch after you're done with the stream, it shows you the how many people watched and stuff, and it's kind of depressing sometimes. I wish you just wouldn't tell me. I like to not know. Look at that, we're generating money. All right, so let's just do 2 people and see if it works. Okay, so that went to his hero token info, but this should still have... So that's a different issue, which I think we already have in there. So there are 2 there. Sometimes heroes can't be selected while it's moving. So I guess we don't have this in here. Let's add another one. Hero list doesn't show correctly when spawning more than 1 hero. Man, this is just fucking bug. This thing's so fucking buggy. They're probably all related to the same bullshit, and we should be able to fix this pretty quickly. That one worked though. There's no heroes here. Oh, look at that. I right-clicked on a hero. We probably want to slow that down a tiny bit. That's kind of fast. Let's go to 50. And let's save this thing. We're in the right guy. We are. Let's do this again. The other thing, it's funny, it takes a while for this to happen because it's generating the hex grid, and it throws me off every time. I think something's wrong because it takes a little bit of time. It doesn't take that long, but... So I think the hero... Let's fix this first, since this is the first issue. It switches to... Because I want to be able to do that lazily. So when we spawn a hero... Look at all this crap. So we gotta remember. I gotta remember. Yeah, this is the thing that because it was gone, it was causing issues where it would keep respawning every time this was refreshed, which is a whole other. Let's put this in here. Without this, every time the hero list is refreshed, it respawns the heroes. Okay, so that's not what we're gonna work on though. Okay, so we're going. Let's look over here on the UI canvas and see how this is connected. This thing is always open for some reason, which I also don't like. Or always active is what I mean. It's just attached to here. So what is the problem? So we spawn a hero, it switches. We spawn a hero and it switches to. It turns off. Well, let's double check that. But I think when we spawn a hero, it turns off the county info panel and it turns on the hero info panel, which makes sense because you would want, if you spawn a hero, you want to know it. Yeah, Gary Cooper, I just noticed as well. But then this goes away. I just noticed this is black and the hero info panel is white text. Let's make that black. Let's make everything consistent here. We don't need to do a fucking thing for that. You have left clicked. We're very passionate about that. Okay, so this comes up, but then this should be refreshed. Okay, right now it should be empty. That's true. It should be. Actually, if it's empty, it should go away. Let's check this again. We're gonna just go piece by piece. It's like right now so this tells me, because of the amount of issues we're having, that my code sucks. Okay, so we click this, and this should go away because there's no heroes in here. And maybe we could put. There's probably an easy way to do this to make this less shitty. What is this that's playing here? I like Regina's Spectre, but not right now. Okay, so if we have this, if we could probably stick a script on here. Is there a way to tell if there's no children? Find if there's no children. I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing. No, not JavaScript. I said C# up there. We don't want that. Let's ask ChatGPT. Like I said, I've been doing so much, and it's kind of interesting. You'll see my list of like questions. Some of them are pretty, and sometimes it's just way wrong, and you got to say like, "Hey, let's start over, motherfucker." Okay, so let's go back to here. In Unity, how do we find if a game object has no children? You can check if a game object has no children by examining its transform component. The transform component in Unity represents the position, rotation, and scale of a game object in the scene hierarchy, and it also provides access to the game. To determine if it has no, you can use child count property. If the child count is 0, okay, so that is exactly, this is what we're going to do. We can just put a script on here and just say like, hey, if there are no children, fucking disable yourself. Can we do that? Disable your mom. Wait, that's a, it's like a mom joke, but not a good one. Okay, we would want this to be disabled. What the fuck are you? N Oh, I was like, why is that so huge? It's just that's where, okay, yeah, that is what we want to disable. I wonder if this is going to fuck up everything else. It probably is. I don't have a big enough monitor. I decided I want this like to be bigger, and I moved some stuff around because I got tired of readjusting things. Uh, yeah, I need a bigger monitor for this computer. I don't like that. I'm not going to fuck with it though. So let's go to scripts. Or we can have it. How would we check that all the time? I don't want to put it in update. I don't like anything in update. If I can handle it, or if I can pull it off. There's no scripts on any of these things. Yeah, like finding scripts have been an issue in this game too, uh, which I need to somehow, like I said, I think I have a big pile of spaghetti here. Uh, no children, disable. Maybe we can use this on other things like the army info list. So how are we going to have this thing checked though? So we could. So when is that? Is it checked? Is it refreshed? Because we have that refresh panel thing. I remember that. What did I call that though? What is this thing? Oh, I didn't do this the same way as, huh, in my other game. Hero list button clicked. What the fuck am I talking about here? What is this one? Hero scroll view. Okay, this is the one I was thinking of. So on enable it refreshes, but where are we telling it to because I know we're doing this in different spots. Okay, like here's an example. Hero movement, it refreshes. Opening, is that looks like that's spelled wrong to me. I just found out there's a spell checker on here. It's not very good, but it helps. It helps tell you shit's destination is not a word. There we go. I don't like know how to spell it. I just know how to type it. Okay, so where is this happening? All right, let's just do this and see. Let's attach this. I guess this is a UI thing. So let's go back to this script and let's rename this. And then let's go back to here. Always waiting for stuff. and we'll copy the name just to make sure I didn't typo something. And we'll drag this over to here and get the fuck out of here. We'll attach this motherfucker onto this one. Yeah, and then we'll say we need a private game object. That's a nice idea there, but not what we want. Game object to disable, and then we'll do on awake. No, not on enable. Whoops, on enable, and then that's not what we want. We want whatever this fucking thing was telling us. Copy this thing. And whoops, I'm trying to get my OBS to come back up. If this game object is so I am paying for GitHub Copilot because I when I didn't have it on, I was when I didn't have it on, I got so used to it auto completing stuff for me that I actually so I was using the free trial for 30 days, and when that ran out, I noticed that I really wanted the autocomplete stuff back, and so I paid the $10 a month or whatever for it. I think it's worth the money for me. I don't know if it will be for everybody. We need to be able to drag something in there, so that's why I made it a serialized field. And that's all we needed to do. We just needed to on enable, turn itself off if there's nothing in there. Let's see if that does that. That might fuck everything up. But we'll see here. It didn't work. Does it think? No, there's nothing in there. Did I put the script on the right spot? I did. Okay, except so it's not, it must not be getting checked, or it's getting refreshed. Well, we can look right here. Game object has no children. It's not there. So let's see here. So you know what it is? It's not that it's not there. It's just it only checked when it Bonnie Griffin. It's a pretty good name. God damn it. Yeah, this thing is so fucking buggy. Makes me want to start over. But good God, we're not starting over. And what we can do, put that in there, and then we'll just see Because we might use this script on other stuff. I mean, that's another thing in my Hex Demon game. I'm reusing scripts way more. Almost to a detriment. Okay, so like right now, it should have put out. Yeah. Okay, so that worked. Then we muster this guy, and this is still sitting here. So what is happening, I think, is it's already enabled. We can collapse this and see, yeah, they're just all one. All right, so we need, when this guy gets spawned, we need to double check, which I thought we were doing. I thought we saw that. I totally thought we were doing that. That's hero movement. Scroll view. Select county. Recruitment confirming. So you confirm the recruitment and it's supposed to do this. Is it not doing that? Let's see here. We might not need this on here. So I click this thing. Oh, but we're not recruiting a hero there. We're just spawning him. Okay, so that's a different thing. And the banker does it when what? Man, this refresh panel thing's a fucking mess. We got to figure out a better way to do this. Okay, so that's all of them. So we need to actually have this thing refreshed when you do the toggle. It's not happening here. I was deep in thought here. So let's do, where was that under? UI, hero scroll view, refresh hero list. What's your fucking problem here? Oh, you're just, that's not what it's called. It's called refresh panel. There we go. We need to figure out what, like, we need to, the codes, look at all that, those UI scripts. That's fucking out of control. So that actually worked, and I don't think this did anything. I don't think that has any, we can just get rid of that. It was an idea that we didn't need. We just needed the refresh in the right spot. That is correct. That is what the issue was. Okay, so that's, well, let's spawn someone over here. I thought this said Josh Cook, which is my name. That's actually almost my sister's name. And these aren't going to show us because we don't own these ones. Okay, so that wasn't, that test didn't test anything. Okay, so that is right. So that's done. That's fixed. Let's delete this no children thing. We don't need this shit. Now we're going to get a bug here. Okay, save that shit. Go back to here. I mean, I do think that as I learn stuff, the code, well, I guess this is obvious. As I learn stuff, the code is going to get better, but it's also going to, I almost said instantiate. Oh, right, I forgot. If you do that, it randomly sticks this over here. Motherfucker. What did I call that? I get. I don't know who came up with this idea. That it just randomly sticks this over here. It's probably not random, but I can never find this shit in it. I can't, at first I thought it was organizing it by number or something, but it's not. All right, well, it's gone forever. I don't want to look through all this done shit. Not right now. Maybe we'll clean that up. We'll just archive all of these things. Like I said, I feel like it runs slower. I said that in the past, but that thing's gone, done. What's next on our list? Okay, when hero count and stack isn't showing correctly, so let's figure out what the fuck's going wrong with that. Once again, we gotta kind of go step by step. We need 2 people. Oh, I guess we didn't test this with 2 people. But there it worked, and that worked there. So what is the problem? It was when it moved. Oh, okay. Well, let's fix this first, since we know. All right, when you select, we need to deselect any. So that would be on select hero, wherever the fuck. Here it is. You have left clicked. We probably don't need that debug log in there anymore. Man, I haven't heard this song in a long time. This is a Regina Spektor song as well. Okay, so we left clicked. So we have to. We have to make it deselect. So it looks like to me how we're doing this is selected. If it's already selected equals true. So this would be false. So it would be false. So it'd be going down here, and the current selected hero equals the current game object. So how do we? This is what we can do. We can go into currently. So where is this world map load? We need to tear more world map load down too. Look at all this shit we got open here. So I'm trying to think if there's a way we can attach it to it, just like we didn't need. If we can attach it to itself and just be like, hey, you're no longer the. We can. So where the fuck is this thing? Okay, so if we do a getter setter right here, we can say like let's think about this. When it changes, how do we do that? Because it's not going to be null. We just put it in the setter part. When it sets, how are we going to do that though? I think I'm going to put it right here temporarily. First off, we're going to rename this. And then we're going to rename this back. And we're going to make this private. And then we're going to do a public game object current with a capital. Then we're going to go here. This thing auto did something for us. It wants us to refresh. No, I don't like that. That's fine. Who gives a shit? Okay, so when this changes, we need to have another variable, I think, that would be like the last selected hero. So we'll go up here. And then we'll go like this. Will equal the value. So the last selected hero is going to equal that value. And then, so when the hero is changed, the last selected hero is also changed. That's not going to work. How are we going to do this? So the thing is set. Before it's set, we can do stuff. We can do stuff before it's set. Let's just get rid of this shit. I think. I've never done that, but we can do it. So when it gets set, we're going to take the currently selected hero dot get components. I'm doing this kind of from my hex thing. It's not the same as what we wanted. We want. Why are you giving me shit over there? What is on the token? You can stop. We can stop with that. Yeah, so like in the hex demon thing, I set up this initiative. It just like was so easy to set up an initiative where every time your turn ends, it just like runs through this list. Like there's so like I don't know how I got this stuff to work so easily in the hex demon one, and I struggle with every step on this one. We need to look at the prefab here. Prefab hero token. Hero name. Like where are we? Okay, so we know from the hero name. That's how we did this. We did it differently. It's in like currently selected or in world map load. It's some list. Heroes is selected equals false. So we're gonna, and then what's your fucking problem? Oh, right. Uh, this is in world map load. Okay, so we just need the heroes list is selected as false. I was like programming it like I was doing it in my other game where everything's attached to the game object. I don't like this because I don't understand it. I mean, I know it's just like whatever. How does my normal getter setters look? Where did I stick those things? Oh, at the bottom. I also thought of a way to make this shit less annoying. That stuff we're trying to save, we can put it in like another file. Do I not have a getter setter in here? Getter setter? I use them all the time. That was like one of the. So that was me. I learned about those things because I was trying to figure out how to do some network stuff. And it was part. This guy was just like saying. See, it should. I want it to look like that. I don't give a fuck. So that's one. So that this actually happened to me with Chat GPT, where it it said to program something a certain way, and it didn't give me any errors, but it was actually not doing what I wanted it to do. And so the problem that I had was I was being since there was no errors being generated, but the program was working was doing something, I was really struggling with fixing it. Once again, this is only like a 30-minute problem, not a 6-hour problem. So when I changed it to look like how I understood it, the program started working correctly. So I don't, sometimes I think it's wrong, like with stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe that was right. We could ask it. What the fuck does this thing mean? Where to go? I've asked it this a million times. Oh, that wasn't Chat B. Uh, that wasn't Chat GPT. That was GitHub Copilot. An expression-bodied member. I don't like these things though, because when I see them later, they confuse me because I'm not used to them. So I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave it how it is. Okay, so this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work at all. This is gonna give the name of world map load. This is what we want here. There we go. And then we change the hero. So that when we're saying, hey, we left click on a hero, it says, hey, put this game object in the currently selected hero variable. It's going to first change the currently selected one, and then it's going to replace the one. So I think that should work, but is selected now is a thing. Like, so if we go to heroes and we go to hero, let's see, is selected should automatically change the sprites. So that's good. So let's see. I guess I'll leave that there. If that does what I want it to. Because I think the issue was it was changing. No, that wouldn't have worked. I don't know. That might have done nothing. Oh, look at that. We have a broken. We broke something. This shit's so fragile. Oh, maybe you can't put that. Maybe you can't put it before that. You gotta be able to. What was the bug we got? So the problem is there is no heroes list yet? That's impossible. I guess it's not impossible. When we spawn that thing, everything's so fucking fragile, man. Here it is right here. And here is selected equals true. This is before it's been set. So the first time it's always going to fail. All right, that was my. It would set this to false. So let's think about this. We set the spawn hero. This is an UI hero spawn toggle whatever. Good God, all of my ideas are trash today. I guess that isn't uncommon. And it's also kind of sucks that this is so fragile with the order it has to be in. Okay, so is spawned equals true, which is a whole different thing. Is selected equals true is what I was looking for here. And then we go to, we put it in here. It's a world map load. And that's going to make it false. And then put, so we would actually be making it false. And if we put in another one, if we went back and did this again, if we put this down here, man, all my ideas suck. It's the opposite when I'm working on that other thing. I wonder what's different. Is it because I've gotten a lot farther along with this one? Or, yeah, I don't know what the fuck the deal is. But we need to fix all this shit. It's too spaghettyified. It's too out of control. What I want is the last one. Okay, wait, we can do that. We can do this. Where the fuck was that thing? World map load. Okay, this is what we do. If is not null, then we do this. Is that gonna work? I'm thinking about I'm like I was just complaining about my shitty code in this. I wonder if there's a point where you get to in a game where you're like, this code is so convoluted and shitty that I have to give up. And I wonder if that's happened to like indie gamers and AAA gamers. Where every once in a while you hear like they're 75% done with this game and then like it never comes out and they've moved the team onto other people or onto other games. I wonder if like they look at the code and they're like, we have so many little bugs. We're gonna have to rewrite. We have 75% done. We're gonna have to rewrite 70% of it. So fuck the whole thing. Let's throw it away and start over. I would hate that to be an option or a thing here. So that thing popped out, but it's false. We didn't get a bug, huh? If this is not equal to null, is selected. So maybe this is being set. Maybe this is happening. It must be that it's happening. But then it should have not. It should have had an error. So we kind of need another one, like I was originally thinking of, another variable in here that's like it changes the last one. So how the fuck will we do that? So if currently selected hero is not equal to null, I feel like this should happen after this. Uh, See, that's what I'm talking about. Those few things. Occasionally, it'll do this weird thing where we'll try to put a debug log inside of a debug log. I haven't figured out why it likes to do that. And you got to get rid of the outside one. Do we set some sort of where are we setting? Maybe we're setting a currently selected hero somewhere. We could. Yeah, that tutorial I was doing for the network stuff that taught me that, or pointed out that you needed to use getter setters, uh, was actually pretty bad. It was a pretty terrible tutorial. So it's null there, supposedly. So it must, on set, it must have already been updated. I thought this would do it. That's what we do. Or do we just put in? Man, this code. I'm complaining about it. I don't think I'm doing this right. When is the lowercase value set? I don't know if that's a good enough question. When you use a getter set on the property, the value allows you to assign the incoming value to the member variable or perform any logic as needed. The value keyword is only available with the context of the setter incoming. So that should work. So then what the fuck am I doing wrong here? This has to be getting set somewhere else. Maybe I didn't, I did a search all, or not a search all. Yeah, I did a find all to change it because I wanted. That's why I did the change it to capital, then change it back. Maybe it's getting set when we toggle this twice. Set the hero is already selected. What happens if when this thing gets selected, what happens if we just control that through here? That will have two getter setters though being fired off at once, which is weird, like one after another. Well, let's solve that problem, but it's, I mean, we can then, that changes the color of it. Or not, yeah, the color of the thing. So is there any time that that would not be assigned a currently selected hero? I don't think there is. So let's find something here. I'm just seeing if there's, so this, what the fuck is this? Hey, if, it's got that my music has gotten to the damned, and I love the damned. Eloise is the song that's playing. It's really good. You should Google it. It's on YouTube. I would play it, but you know, there's so many. All right, so if it's already being selected, I think we can fix this. I'm going to take a quick break, but I think we can. We don't. We just would. We would blank out currently selected, and that would automatically change it. Yeah, like if value equals null, then we would. All right. So let's. I'm just going to leave my cursor there, and I was about to hit the my hotkey for stopping my stream, not the hotkey for, or not the break timer button over here. All right. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to look at what this message is. All right. Be right back. Man, I had some eye slime and nobody told me. Not that, you know. I live alone, man. No, the cat's gonna tell me. So I was just thinking about something. Why do we have this variable is selected if we have a currently selected hero variable? Because there never can be two heroes selected at once. There always can only be one. So when what it's talking about is when you're clicking on heroes and moving heroes around and stuff, you only can move one hero at a time. We'll have to have some way to group the heroes together at some point. That's way down the road though. But you'll only be like there'll be a hero with leading other heroes. Uh, but right now you only can move one hero at a time. So if we get rid of is selected, that's just another variable we don't have to keep track of. So deselect army on county left click. So let's go back to this though. Let's go back to world map load. Let's go find is selected and let's delete it. Look at all this code. And let's get rid of it. We're going to need this though. We're going to put this color change thing here in this getter setter. Let's just take a look at what this says. If currently selected hero is a game object, so we don't even need, we need to have the old one be unselected. So how the fuck do we do? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this, and if it's not null, then we just say, hey, change this to the unselected hero thing. And if it is, then this one we're going to set here. We're going to get rid of this thing. We're going to get rid of this thing because we don't need that, I don't think. We're going to get rid of all that. We're going to leave this commented out for right now. Nah, we'll just get rid of it. All right, and then let's double check what I just did. So we don't need this. Okay, so if current selected hero is not null, it should change the sprites to unselected hero. Then it applies the value of the new currently selected hero, and it changes that sprite to hero selected sprite. That is what we want. And it's getting this from the game object that we're applying to currently, because we're just sticking a game object in there, which was a new idea I had back in a while ago, which is actually a better idea than what I've been doing before. We'll probably change other things to that idea, and you know, unless someone tells me that that's a dumb shit idea. But no one ever tells me anything, so that's great. Well, that's not true. A few people have helped me. Okay, so let's go back to, so that should deal with that problem. We're going to find is selected again, because I just deleted it. We're going to have to check that out. These are all going to go, but there's going to be an easier way to do this. We're just going to comment this out for now, or we could just get crazy and just delete it. It's not like we don't have it in GitHub. I pushed all this shit to GitHub. So now we should have 1.5 million errors. It's only 8. So what is this? Hero timer turns off. We don't need this. Let's just delete this shit. Let's pretend like I know what I'm doing. And where was that is selected thing? That was like in hero. This might be a disaster, but no, it wasn't in. It was under hero. Let's just get rid of this. Like I said, we can get it back if it's in GitHub. You know, I had there was this thing I wanted to copy for the Hex game, field of view, and I somehow deleted. I had already written this field of view thing that I really liked. It was kind of fun to write too, and I somehow here it is, and I somehow deleted the code for it that was on my hard drive. So I looked in GitHub and on some games I don't religiously back up to GitHub, and I didn't on that one, and so I like accidentally deleted something because I didn't think I needed it off my hard drive, and I didn't do it off GitHub. So I learned my lesson there. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff, I think. Didn't we have another one of these? I don't know. I thought we just saw another one of these somewhere, but I guess not. Okay, so this is going to be a problem. If hero equals true, so this is if we're left clicking on a hero, we need to process that thing. So what we can do, what is this, event data? We could do this. We can go, I think it's game object, maybe. No, it doesn't. It's not. There, it will. We can. Maybe it's just name. No. We just need to compare the name. I think. I can never remember. I've done this like 100 times. Where are we getting this? This might be a disaster to debug. It's game object. We just say game object. Oh, because this is on the thing. Can we just do game object equals? Let's see if that currently. We need this to be world map load though. I don't. Can we really just do that? So if this game object equals the currently selected game object, then we're gonna this is the thing where we're restacking stuff, I believe. Yeah, it is. We're restacking stuff. It's putting hero spawned token count. It's doing stuff here. So that's, and this is just gonna be, else it makes it this game object. We don't need this here anymore. See, we're getting, we don't need, the less variables we need to keep track of, the better, I feel like. What is this shit? Is selected. If, where are we? Token stacking. If is selected equals true. What the fuck is this? Okay, I remember this one. If is, I vaguely remember this is what I mean. Is selected, what is that? Okay, so this is it's checking, hey, is hero a game object? What the fuck is hero? Hero dot is selected. Do we have a game object saved in here? We do. Equals. Wait, go back to what are we doing? What are we checking here? We're just trying to check. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Okay, I've never seen that before. So we need to check if hero dot game object equals currently selected hero. Oh, I see what it's doing. So this is like a reason we had. No, you know what we can do here is we can just get rid of this if statement. And we just say, hey, uh, if it's 0, it becomes selected. We don't need to do that check. I think we're going to have some debugging issues here, like I said. We're doing something kind of catastrophic. This shouldn't matter because it's being set at 0. 0 is going to be set. And it can't be set to false. We don't need to keep track of that shit anymore. Whoops. Come on, click on the right stuff. Okay, so this we need to just take out. Where is selected? I can't find it. Is selected as a capital I. Oh, it's saying we don't need that anymore. It's probably this false. Let's see. Null, null, null is spawned is false. 100. Wait. Order layer 100. Owner. String name. Oh, it's probably one of these at the end. So let's go the other direction. Is counting down. That needs to be false. Destination. Where did I take that out of? Jesus Christ. String location. This is the location. I wish you could hover over this and it would tell you this information. Okay, so we have the string location and is just moved is false. String is a destination, which we're setting to null. So I'm pretty sure it's this one. We'll find out soon enough. So it should be null, false, false, false. False, null, false, false. Oh, this is the army right click. I was like, what? Okay, so what is this thing? It says we're not using this, is selected. So we're passing in a token list, which is a spawned token list, which is what? It's just a game object. Okay, where the fuck was I? What are we checking? We're going through this whole thing. I think I got rid of... Yeah, we got rid of this. It's no longer in use. So... I'm not sure why we're passing in this token, the stacked, or the spawn token list. I know what overloads are now. I didn't know what they were before. Okay, we did have some. We'll just do it again. I was trying to like make it do less stacking, but as I've learned in my grid creation, you just do that shit. You just let the computer do it 1,000 times, and we'll have to figure out. This is gonna bug out. I'm almost 99% sure. Okay, so we have a different different list depending on the location. All right, this is definitely gonna fuck something up, but we can fix it. Because almost all of these, I saw one was false and the rest were true. All right, we got problems, but it'll be fine. We're even, what's your compiler errors here? Did I not save this? No, it's saved. Token, no formal. I just took that out of there. It's because I didn't save it. Luckily I put that little star. Otherwise, okay, we would be having all sorts of issues. have to go through every line of code. I know I mentioned this 100,000 times, but it's always weirded me, not weirded me out. It's always surprises me how much compilers have improved. Okay, so we have this. Okay, we got a bug here though. Okay, so this is on world map load. It's weird that came out right. Yeah, this is the wrong game object. What is this? So currently selected hero is saved in the world map load, which is correct. So we need to get the correct components, which should be... It's got a little bit of a bug here. Indirection is redundant. You liar. What do you want me to change it to? Oh, okay, that's fine. I love how it tells me this shit, man. I love it. Yeah, and if you have the game object and things attached to it, it's so much easier. I don't know why we didn't do it this way. Well, I know why, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, we spawn this thing. I don't see any bugs. I have too many debug logs. It's still selected. We're gonna move it if we can. It didn't go anywhere. All right, let's see why. This was to disable being able to click to move it again, is why we were making that null. Why is that freaking it out though? I think this needs to be an int. We've been looking at that's been annoying me forever. Okay, so if we don't set it to null, what happens? Where is this hero movement? We just want to make it so you can't click on it while it's moving around, because otherwise you can have it zipping all over the place. I'm sure there's another way we can do it. Let's just make sure it can move. Okay. But see, this is the issue, is you can click again. Actually, that one was on purpose. It's when it's actually moving. I'm too slow. Let's slow down the speed of this thing so we can test that. Or it was 10 was... Let's go to 20. Whoops. Let's just... I don't know what the fuck that was. All right, I'm going to try to click here while it's moving. That's the key. Oh. I panicked. Yeah, all right. That doesn't... See, that's the problem. So, how do we fix that? What we were doing before was, and then the variable was saying is selected. We can leave it. Okay, so that's an issue actually with this world map load. It's not going to be able to change the sprite. So that actually, where was that? Hero movement? That actually wasn't bad. Fuck. There we go. What the problem is we need to have this same thing. If it's what we need actually is up here, we need to say if value equals null. No, fuck off. Currently selected hero. We change that to null. And then in here, if currently selected is not equal to null, we change that here. We don't need all this shit. I don't want these here. I think this will be fine. I'll probably need to rewrite these immediately. But let's get this shit out of here. It's too clutter. All right, let's put some notes in here because this is going to get complicated. Actually, we'll just leave it complicated for my brain later. Maybe it will make sense. I think what that's going to do now is it's going to check like, hey, if it's null, then we need to unselect the first one, then we change the value, and we move it along. Well, let's make sure it can move there first. I was about to try to. Okay, so it turned off and it turned back on when it got there, which is what we want it to do. We just want it to not do that while you're moving. So let's test and make sure we can't move it. Yes, we cannot move it. So that solved that problem. Everything works beautifully, right? We have no problems whatsoever. All right, now what were you originally trying to fix? That's not what we were. This is what we were trying to fix. So let's see if all those changes. Anything we can do to reduce the complication of this shitty code. So that should go to there. We still have Lisa Robinson there. We'll okay, this is unselected because I selected another county. That's what we want. She's been selected. Let's have her move over to here and see what the problem is. Okay, I didn't look. Her name is Laura Patterson, but we got another problem right here. And I think that's who's on top there. And she should be. Then let's try to move her back. Oh, I know what the problem is. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted that script. The problem is that when they leave the county and now there's nobody there, it doesn't refresh. Which shouldn't be that hard. Where's the actual movement in this code? Hero movement. Destination equals null. I was about to say we can do the same thing for the currently selected counties. We can make it a game object and do all that shit again. But I don't think that's actually what solve this problem. Because this problem is the currently selected county is selected and we've moved something away. So this is, wait, looks like I already recognized that this was an issue. So It needs to start when the hero starts actually moving. This is all this shit. I don't remember this. Oh, that's the smooth damp stuff. Let's just get rid of that shit. We don't need this. We'll rewrite it. Oh, we don't need to save whatever garbage that was. Um, all right, so this is when it actually starts moving. So what we need to do is this. I'm gonna put it right here. Did we need it in that if thing? I don't think we do. Let's put this. Let's put a code in here. A code. Let's put a note in here. Uh, when the hero immediately when the hero starts moving. Thank you. So it's going to fire that off the minute it, but let's see how refresh panel works. Maybe what is it using? Currently selected county? That should work. Maybe it needs a thing where so it destroys itself. That should work. I mean, I haven't really looked at my old code very closely, but I feel like it should work. This should be easy to test too. We just spawn somebody and move them. So Betty Garcia should go away. She is not, because when we right clicked, we actually set currently selected county to the next county that we're going to. So we need to have this. Do we have like some old county selection? Currently selected county. I mean, we could do the same thing. Like when it changes, we say, hey, refresh the thing. When you change a thing, maybe I will keep these next to each other. I've been putting these at like the getter setters out of the way. But now I was just thinking, how do I know if I have a getter setter for this one, even though this is set to public? It probably doesn't. We could do that. We could say that every time you select a county, you want it to refresh. We don't then yeah. Getting all excited. He's jumping her. Yeah. Let's fucking do that. Fuck this son of a bitch. All right. We're going to make this private. We're going to break a bunch of shit. Let's rename this to a capital C. And hopefully there we go. This is updated to be with this. We're going to make this back to a lowercase c. I just do the rename so that it's all of the code has the new getter setter. Currently selected county. So every time this changes, we're going to want, what are you saying? It's close. This is close. So this is why I like I'd rather just edit a little bit of code instead of adding a million hours of code. Sorry, that doesn't make any sense. Instead of um, instead of writing the code all from scratch. I'm thinking here. I think we only need to do this refresh the county thing. Where is that refresh county thing? Also, sometimes, and this is actually pretty interesting, uh, I'll look at the code it suggests, and it will have good ideas. And this is a good idea. Except it doesn't. What is the component really called? This is almost what we county info panel. it is called, I think that's might be what it's called. Well, it can't be, or it would be doing that, right? UI County panel. Oh, wait, is that the name of this script? It is. Oh, maybe it isn't. Where's this fucking thing? We just used it a second ago. Do we have it in select county? We just used it here, didn't we? Jesus Christ. Okay, here. No, that's the broken one. Where is this thing? UI hero scroll view. And that's this whole thing's job, is to refresh. So I guess we'll leave it there. We could probably rename this to like panel refresher or some shit. Scroll view refresher, hero scroll view refresher, because it's not, look at this, we have a bunch of shit up here too, because it's not really, that's all we're using it for. Now we have some weird, but that's just for the refreshing. We're probably gonna rename that in a second here. Where the fuck was I just working? We'll fix this in a second. There we go. Honestly, if every time we change that, no, it is going to happen. Let's go into and rename that. I don't like the name of that. At this point, since the whole game is in a fucking UI, I should have just not put this UI stuff at the front of it. What was that? Hero scroll view. And we're going with, we're just hoping I'm not typoing that, because I can't see it. I need a bigger monitor, like I said. You know, this used to be a large monitor. Now it's nothing. Now it's a piece of shit. It's not a piece of shit. It's just not very good comparatively. Let's go back, actually. There we go. So I'm trying to think here. Can we consolidate some of these? We're telling that thing, we're firing off that thing all the time. And I'm wondering if we can consolidate some of them, because the way I just did it. So this has been changed to this one. Maybe we do need that thing that I created. What, I wonder what would well, I guess we can look right here. I guess everything I just did was fucking pointless. County info panel game object set to false. Oh, these are down here. I was like, what is it talking about? So that is going to get confusing. Let's put these up at the top. Or something. I don't know where to put these getter setters. I always have issues. County info panel. It does have it on here, so that's okay. So how does this refresher work? It destroys it first. I wonder if it has something to do with this dev view throwing shit off. It could. Let's cut that out for now. Let's just not have it in here. The dev view might be a problem. We'll have to come up with a better way to do that later. Right now it's just some piece of shit. Maybe we'll have to have like a whole other dev view script. That could be the issue. But that one you have I think it is the dev view that's fucking that up. And I think I remember putting that back and being like, oh yeah, this is fucking shit up. So this shouldn't, once again, we don't have permission to be looking at this. This shouldn't be showing anything. It should be gone. Like this one is. Maybe we need to figure out like why that's happening first. Oh, did you see that thing flash on and off? Oh, I remember that was happening before. Once again, we don't know what we can find out. Currently selected. What? 57. Tillamook. Right clicked is Tillamook. I can't. Oh, no. Oh, that's total population. No, I was trying to. What is this thing? I want to see this thing. Currently selected population? What? Why did we do it this way? Where's currently selected county? Current right clicked is Tillamook. Oh, I know the issue. That's easy to fix though. Oh, we didn't save this? But we can do this here. We probably want this one also. The serialized field so that we can see this. My music stopped. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out this. I think this is gonna be a lot of debugging and rewriting, which is fine. Like we knew this was gonna happen as I learned stuff. Like so, this shouldn't show anything. Like when we left click on this, let's just see how that works. So we left clicked on a let's look at select county and see what it's doing. And we can rewrite select county. It looks like I have so much shit open here. This one's gone. Here's select county. So on pointer click, we got, do I have any coffee left? Like 2 sips of cold, nasty coffee. Okay, so the currently selected county equals the name, and the currently selected county is this thing. It will return this one, and it will, if it's not null, it refreshes the panel. And that should be the first thing that it does, which is, where's that fucking thing again? I don't know why I keep holding my hand up like this today. Well. Anyways, we don't need that. That was for something else. Okay, this is fine. Close description panels. Then what is this panel changes here? We don't need this anymore here because this refresh panel will be happening because we selected, because the currently selected county has changed. We don't need it. We probably do need it, but we're not going to do it. Fill county info panel, refresh buildings panel, deselect hero, or army. All right, so let's look more closely at panel changes here again. So this is like opening and closing stuff. The army info panel and the hero info panel are set to false here. This is when you left click on a thing, it's set to false. So they're off. They should be turned off at that point. But we can see that one's on it. You know, we know one is open because we just fucking saw it. Let's double check to make sure it's not. Like, this is something, but it's not what we think it is. I kind of like that we're fixing a bunch of shit. I don't know, changing a bunch of shit. Okay, so these are all. Let's turn off all the dev views for now. I mean, I could have set that to false, but I want to take this out and make sure that we're not having some other. It's not causing some, you know, some other issue. Once again, I was working with the GPT code, whatever the fuck's called, Chat GPT. Yep, and it had a bug earlier that I thought was wrong, but I was like half. And once I fixed that bug, it like solved some other issues that I was having. So it's, you know, it was having this convoluted code. So let's just take out the dev view whenever we see it for now, and we'll deal with it later. The whole dev view concept. The concept is we need to be able to look at things that we, you know, for the AI, but we'll do that a completely different way. So at this point, the only where the refreshing should be being triggered by, let's double check this, by this getter setter. So if currently selected county is not equal to null, so we've just set it by clicking on it, it's going to turn on the refresh panel, and if it is null, it's going to turn it off. And that would be set to null because we're like selecting a hero or something. I'm going to rearrange. I'm going to move this. I want these ones next to the getter setter. I can't fucking looking at this and not knowing, like not being able to see it up here is killing me. We're going to put this here, and we're going to put this here. Okay, I'm going to put this at the top as well. And you know what's weird is the AI has the GitHub whatever it's called, keeps adding. Let's see if it will tell us here. On my other one, it keeps putting this on all of my instances. So I just let it do it. I was like, whatever. So we'll start adding that. And it also has been making them capital. So that's something. Let's move currently selected hero down to this other getter setter so that these are near, you know, if we're accessing this shit, we want to be able to see it. Okay, so I think our problem is refresh. We need to fix how the refresh of this. Where the fuck do you go? Where's the refresher? Here it is. Let's move you over to these guys too. Fuck, another hour's almost done. Okay, so on enable it's gonna refresh, but then in the refreshing, it destroys the panel to start with. I also noticed that it's in my other code, it's not doing this destroy thing with this clear. It just reassigns a new hero list clone. Where is that being created? Okay, let's take this out of here. It's been doing it, so this is what it was doing. Fuck off. It was doing it like this in... What the fuck, man? Where's this being used again? Oh, that's why we're doing it. How did I do it? Because I do use this in my other code, and it seems to work fine. It's different. And maybe this clear thing isn't... Where was that? I have so much fewer code in here. It's in my create grid creator. Clear grid is what it's called. Okay. All right. Now I see what it's doing. Let's do it this way. Kind of like that better. Where the fuck was that thing? Okay, we're using a for each over there. We use a ton of for eaches in this. You know how I was all excited to use my first one in this game? I do it like a 9 million times now. We're still going to need this to be... What are we doing? What is this thing? No, we could do it this way. Let's blow this shit away. We don't need the list. It's what it's doing. We don't need this either. Okay, so what it's doing is parent hero list group. It's destroying the children, right? Right? Yeah. For every child. Let's put this first, though. I just want to make sure that this is right. That's actually what I want, but we want... Come on, fill it in. Okay, don't fill it in. There we go. That's what we want. I want to make sure we're destroying the right thing, and let's test that first. Did I save that shit? I gotta baby step these tests, otherwise. What are we doing? What are we destroying? We're destroying this shit, I'm pretty sure. So we destroyed 0. No. Destroying, oh, its name is 0, which is what, so that's right. We're destroying 0. That's working. So at the beginning of the refresh, we just create this new list. We don't. It doesn't fucking matter. We don't need it up here. We don't need this shit saved. It just when we refresh, we create this list of hero list clones. Like what the fuck is that? I guess that's fine. And then all right, let's look at this again here. Whoops, I wanted to check something over here. Is it really been 2 hours? All right. The order of this probably doesn't matter. That's not gonna work. I kind of want this at the top. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we have hero list is gonna be equal. The fuck is that? Heroes list. What are we doing in this? We're refreshing the panel. What panels are we refreshing? This is a dumb name for this thing. We're refreshing the hero list in this. We're not. What is this under? UI scroll refresher. I mean, I guess that's fine. No, that's good because we can call other things refresh panel and it will refresh. And it will be by script name, so that's fine. So we have the hero list, and then it goes down for each hero. So it goes through the hero list. And if the hero's location is at the currently selected county, uh, it instantiates a new clone with the name, and it does this thing, but it never checks to see if there's none there, and that's what we should be doing. It just if never checks that number of heroes is 0. If we did, why are we keeping track of that? Can't we just say like, hey, if there's no kids in here, fucking blow yourself up? All right, let me take a quick break and I'll be back. Let me pause my music here. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me put in my break timer. I think that we should do it that way. We need to automate more stuff, instead of whatever. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, that was a quick break. Let me turn this off. Let me turn this on. All right, I don't know what I was thinking about something about this when I was outside, and then it immediately left my head. Oh, I was thinking of this. We don't need this. So it's going to start. No, we don't need this. So what we can change this to. So I know what I'm doing here. So I'm making the list be like 0, 1, 2, to count, but we can't. So, but it can't be I, because if I is going through and we're on the fourth hero on the list, we don't want it to be 4. We want it to be 1, and that's what I was trying to do. But we could actually just get this from the uh, we can just count how many kids are in here. How did we do that? Child count children. I know we just did it somewhere, didn't we? Child count child get child. What the fuck, man? We just transform get child count. What is this? Method group to no. We just want child count. Can we just do that? Okay, how about all right? Fucking just tell me. How do I get children count? I'll just ask this dumb shit. No, oh, so I'm sorry, AI creature. Uh, in C sharp, how do I get the number of kids? Children. Didn't I just do this like 5 seconds ago? Child count. Okay. There we go. This will work better than having this other variable. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need less is better in programming, I believe. Okay. So what will happen is it's going to start out, there's going to be no children. It'll get the 0 that we want. Then when it makes one and it instantiates one, it's going to be 1, etc., etc. Oh, except it's going to be 1 to start with. Ah, fuck. -1. We just put a -1 in here. I don't like this song that I'm listening to. It's not the end of the world. I just don't. I want less. I want less shit. You know what we could do as well? We could do this. What am I doing? I'm going to my music. We could just do this. It's gonna be an int. This is just a temporary variable, you know. Okay, so now when it does it, it's going to get the child count at the beginning, and it's going to be 0, I'm hoping. And then it's going to instantiate this thing, and that will make it 1. And the child count will still be 0 here, and then it will go through. Just less ways to fuck shit up is the goal here. I don't know what we're even testing. We got a couple of bugs here. See, I'm so lazy that I just want to see if it's like null or something. So it's 1 there, but it's 0. Maybe we have to go back to that thing. Where is it instantiating that thing? Are we instantiating that thing somewhere else, the original hero? Maybe we need to tear that shit out and say, like, and just have it refresh the panel, because it will do it on its own. We don't need that shit doing twice. Yeah, I think it's doing this. We have it set somewhere else, probably. The child, okay, the child count 0 here. And it never gets a name because something has failed. So maybe that's the problem. What is this? There's a better way to do this, I think, too. This is adding that to the list. We want to do like a game object here called UI hero. And we're going to make that, yeah, like that. Then we're going to go like this and add UI hero. And we don't need this thing. What's your problem? You want a capital A or something? So we have this game object that's UI hero. We want the game object's name to be this. We don't even need the child count. Do we even care? What are we doing here? Okay, so let's say that this is the hero clone list, which is, where is this thing? It's way up here. It's heroes. We were originally, well, we're adding this to the hero list. No, we're adding it to the hero clone list. What the fuck are we doing in this? This is so weird. Why do we have this other list that we're... So we're going through each hero. Why do we have this other list? What are we using this list for? No, I don't want to change it. I want to find... I mean, I moved it from the top down to here, but why do we have this list? What is this list used for? Maybe we were using it down here. Do we not need this list? hero list clones. We don't really need it, I don't think. We don't add that. We just need to rename this thing. UI hero name we can change to the hero list, which is a different list. That I think we need. Singing along. Get component, leader button text. And that gets their name. Oh, I have this at 70. I usually keep it at 81 when I'm streaming. Yeah, we don't need this shit. I do like making lists, but I've been kind of getting away from that. All right, let's see what that did. I think we've removed more code today. It's the afternoon for me. Than we've written, which is kind of good, I think. No bugs yet. It still hasn't solved this problem we were trying to solve. It works on this one, but these ones we don't have access to look at these. So why is it showing these things? What is this thing? No, it's definitely the hero scroll view. All right, let's do this again. This is like a whole different issue that we've just got sidetracked on. But let's fucking fix it, man. I was just making sure that this was working. Yeah, it's turning this on, and I don't know why. We're selecting. All right, back to our thing that we were originally working on. Select, well, one of the many things. Oh, there is a hero there, though. There is a hero. We just don't know who it is. Okay, so that's we got some other problem on the select county then. Because there is a hero there. We just don't know who there's a hero in the hero list. We're just not, we don't know. We can't look at that shit. Yeah, let's make the game work how the player sees it first. We can fuck with the dev shit later. Okay, so let's also rearrange this order. Close description panels. I don't know why that's first, but we'll put this up here. And then what was next? Panel changes. Would be next. Okay, so panel changes is the issue. Hero info panel is set to false. These are all different panels. And these should be setting it to false unless... Are we doing a panel refresh? No, we're not. How is this not fucking up everything? I mean, this is... Do we have it set... Like some button set or some shit? This is like... county info panel is not a button, but this is like kind of a button. So we're clicking on the county, and I don't see a button on here though. So it's not there. This says we should be turning it off. The only thing that should be opening is county info panel. If we look at the county info panel, maybe it's one of these scripts. Muster Army. So this refresher is on here. So on awake, it refreshes this panel. So this is the problem. We want it to say, we don't want it to refresh the county. We can just do this exact thing right here. We don't want it to refresh shit unless it is owned by us. We'll put a little debug in here. Not your county. I was going to be more vulgar. So I'm going to put a little comma in here. Motherfucker. There we go. Now let's see if I think that was probably the... We could put a check in the refresher, but why even bother have it refreshing if we don't own it? You know? We're kind of doing a different... We're kind of doing things differently. No, so it's still opening up. All right, what is this error? Okay. This is what bugged out here. So we have... If player faction equals counties world map load instance currently selected county. That makes me wonder if that other one is also wrong, but it's not really wrong. It's barely, you know, it works. Still showing up. Not your county, motherfucker. Why is it defaulting to on? See, it turns off when we select this one. It's got to be something in our... We must have another thing in select county somewhere where... This is the problem with my code. See, when the panel changes, this should turn this shit off. You know, that we have to have this in here because when we're clicking different things, we want it to make sure the other things are off. Let's try to find county or hero info panel. It's got to be in here somewhere else. That's in world map load. That's the toggle for the spawning. That's fine. That's selecting a hero. That's where we want that. This should only happen on... So that we got something is weird. Let's just get rid of this. There's got to be some, like, in one of these code, there's got to be something. The viewport is turned on, and that's turned on for when this gets turned on. All right, let's think this through one more time. Hopefully we have time to finish this part today. I got 35 minutes. There's nothing in here. I mean, we could turn it back off, but I want to find out what the fuck is turning it on. I do not like that this thing is always on. Maybe we should turn it off and we'll figure out what is turning it on. I think that will work because it will fucking bug out. And we can set this to be off. Well, that doesn't make any sense. See, it turned those on, but it didn't turn that on. Let's fix that. And when I say that, I mean whatever this thing is that controls this thing. I mean, this is where we got where are we putting this thing? Is it on here? No. Where the fuck is this? It's on county info panel. I want this to be here. I want this to be off. So basically when we're playing we're debugging things, I want all this to be off. Because it's way easier to tell what's going on. So let's select this thing again. See, it turned that on. So it's got to be, and if we select here, it's still not going to work because we need this thing to turn on. But when we select this, it's turning that on. So it has to be in select. Well, what else do we have in select county? Maybe there's some other dumb thing that we have in here, like whoops. I mean, on the county, we have the hero stacking script. Well, that doesn't do anything. I mean, it does something, but it's not. It's got to be in here somewhere, and I'm just missing it. It's probably right in front of my face. Now, the other thing we can do here is just turn this on, and it will solve that other issue. But well, let's turn that off. Just to, we don't want to just throw shit around. It has to be in here somewhere. Okay. Panel changes, fill county info panel. Maybe it's in here and we just haven't seen it. Okay, what about this? What happens if we have a getter setter somewhere that's activating that thing and the panel changes? And that's because we do, no, do we? We have we just changed that refresh thing. Panel changes. Wonder if one of these is triggering something. Currently selected hero, we just changed that. That shouldn't affect the... Are you doing something? Because no, you don't. You're not used yet. Deselect army. That shouldn't be used at all. Fill panel info. Oh, let's get this dev view out of here again. Oh, we have a couple of dev views in here. I wonder if that's fucking our shit up. I mean, it shouldn't have any effect, right? Yeah, we'll write a whole dev view code that does this differently. Army scroll view. Check for armies. What the fuck is this? Okay, check for armies. This has got to be it. Where did we put? Oh no, this is armies. Let's comment out check for armies because we actually don't want to do that yet. We're gonna rewrite that whole code. Where is check for armies being used? It said it was being used somewhere. Yeah, we can get a reference off of this fucker. $218. Oh, that's kind of interesting. 218 is right up here. Okay, we have fill county info. Let's get rid of check for armies for now. And then we also have this. Okay, so this one, oh, and dev view is true. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was the dev view thing. Yeah, we definitely do not want this dev view thing to be doing anything. Okay, that seems to be the thing. That is ugly. I mean, the whole game is ugly. That wasn't the solution. Let's turn this thing on. Fucking dev view. It's been a bane. I wrote myself my own problems. Okay, that's fine. Because the player's not going to be able to see the heroes that are over here. Well, you know, with the hex grid thing, there was a lot of work on figuring out what is the neighbor to the hex. You know, you got to check in all 6 directions for pathfinding, and that made me think a lot about how we're going to do the neighbors in this. And we are going to have neighbors. You are going to be able to view the neighbors. And I kind of was thinking I want to do this thing where you put so you would have an army in your county and you could march from that county to the next county and it would take whatever a day to get there, let's say. But you could also put your guys on the border and it would take an hour or something. But if they're on the border, then the people could see them. You know, you would, if you were selecting this, you would be able to see them over here. And I was thinking that because that like the buildup of troops on your border is like a big thing in real life, you know, like as we've learned from the Ukraine Russian thing. Uh, so I kind of want to have that ability in here at some point. So I think the dev view was the thing that was fucking us. So yeah, let's just delete the dev view thing whenever we see it because right now it's just a problem. And we'll rewrite the dev view somewhere, some other thing. We'll put in here if I don't already have one. And I bet you I do. Okay, I would be wrong. Good thing I didn't bet anyone. We're gonna add an item, and we're gonna just set. Yeah, we'll put that in the next round. We'll do dev view next round. Okay, we don't know. We didn't do that one. 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 We didn't do that. Oh, this is the same. This is the same as this other one. All right, back to what we were doing. We solved our one issue. It was our dev view. So next on our list here is sometimes when you have a hero selected and you select a hero in a different county, the original hero is selected. We may have solved that with the way we change that so it doesn't automatically. So we got to spawn that guy. We got to recruit one. And then I think we solved that just now. I didn't look at whatever. I think that one's fixed. I think that was what we were originally doing. So we got to move this over here. Oh, wait, though. You know what we should do is when we're done with each branch and we merge it in, I think we should archive all of the done things. All right, hero stack or hero count in stack isn't showing correctly. When there are two of them, sometimes it doesn't show. All right, I already have an idea of how we could fix that. Do we have time? 25 minutes? Maybe. I think we should set a getter setter that just fucking does it on its own. We don't need to have like throwing variables and checking for shit. I don't know. Okay, so let's build two. Let's make sure. Jones, are you on top? Gene Jones, you're on top. All right, let's go over to here. That's still showing 2, which is what we want, actually. And I thought for a second there something was fucked up. Okay, you're there. All right, so there's a problem. It gets to the destination. Do we get any bugs? Not that I can see. So it got to the destination and the restacker didn't work with its. Oh, you know what I could, well, it doesn't matter. Let's look at so this, it says we should be renaming this, and we probably should. I wonder why we put just this here. Each county heroes stacking is a new list of heroes that are stacked there. We should probably move that to, well, we have a note about doing that. We need to have the token stacking working correctly. Something is not working correctly. The token stacking is where it's not on the prefab, I don't think, because my fear was if we put it on the prefab that it would get in an endless loop. Yeah, so where does the token stacking live? Does each county have its own? No. Token controller. Okay, it's right here. So this. All right, and we're sending in the spawn token list is what we're putting through. When we're trying to stack tokens, we're putting this through. Can we make this happen automatically somehow? I'm thinking, is there a way to do this without having all this stuff happen? I guess let's. I mean, this should be easy. We just need to, like, if the token list count is greater than 1, shouldn't that be like the simplest part? Can you make a getter setter with the count? I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to fuck that up. How were we controlling that before? Oh, we needed to change those things. So that's right. The counter is going, if it's 0, we're turning it off. If token list count equals 1, we turn it off. Else, we turn it on. That's kind of nice to have that check there, but I don't. Oh, I see the problem. If the count equals 1, well, what happens if it's like 3? You fucking dumb shit. Greater than or equal to 1. Right? Well, that. Why did that ever work? Hey, that doesn't make any. How did that ever work? If the token count. What is this list? This is what's passed in. Okay, that didn't solve our problem. It made our problem some other problem. Uh, Token count list. So did we just try to stack? Let's break this shit out of here. I don't like this in here all of a sudden. After we've gone through this thing, I feel like it should be down here. And we would always turn 0 on. It's always the first one. If token list count is being passed in at some point when we're saying stack the tokens. So when were we telling it to stack the tokens there? We were saying at the end of hero movement. So it's going to happen at the beginning of hero movement and at the end of hero movement. So let's go to hero movement here. Destination county equals hero destination. What? It's here. This is a string, isn't it? It will tell us. Oh, it's not a string. Oh, this is a list. Okay, all right. This is a list of counties. We actually could say county. We can go like that. That's something else that I learned from ChatGPT is it's better to do that than you can't miss. Then the issue we just had wouldn't have happened. I'm like, I don't know what this is. It's a list of counties, right? It's just one. It's not one. It's not a list. It's just that one. So that's better. What is this thing? This is the same thing. This is a hero. And we can actually just, no, destination county is good. Turn off hero stat count because the hero is moving. Okay, we want that. We have the game object though. I guess because it's a child or something, we wanted to do it this way so that if we move it around, it doesn't get all fucked up. Move the token. destination counties, hero spawn location. All right, that looks right. Refresh the hero immediately when it starts moving. I think that's working. We didn't really check that. I think we looked at it a little bit. If the hero gets to the hero spawn location, its move is considered done. That is correct. Hero has arrived at destination. Its hero move is set to false. Change the hero's current location and destination. So this is its current location equals the destination. Its destination equals null. Just moved equals true, which I don't know why we have all these variables with move and shit. I always do that with my moving around of tokens. I call them tokens. Tokens location, and we're putting in its new location. And then this is the thing where we're telling it to stack. And is countdown equals false. So we're sending in token stacking. We want that to stack the tokens. We're sending in this hero tokens list with that location. What is this hero's tokens thing? Did we add the hero token to that hero token? Spawned token list. This is a dictionary, which makes sense, so it's by county name. So we're sending in that list. Which I guess is fine. This is the list. But did we did we add this here? Change hero list. So this is somewhere else we're doing this. I mean, it's in the hero movement, but so this move happens. I vaguely remember working on this now. So that move is done. So where do we do this change hero list? Okay, and so this we're doing. We're setting the current hero to null, but that's just for the move, and then we turn it back on later, which is weird, but whatever. Do some hero maintenance once. Stacks. So we're doing that. Wait, we did that in the hero timer. Stacks the hero's starting location tokens. Changes the hero list. I think this is fucked up. And I think we fucked with this for a while oh my god, I only have 13 minutes. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that. 13 minutes isn't enough time. Well, maybe tomorrow. So that's still wrong. And I think it's all really, I think these will fix themselves, but I think I'm going to call it a day because we can't really move forward. I can't finish any of this shit in time. There's nothing easy on my list, at least nothing easy that I think is going to be easy. So let's save this shit and let's close this. I know it doesn't seem like we did anything today, but I feel like we did something today because we fixed some shitty code. I hope. that's what we did. I mean, it looks like we changed a bunch of things. I mean, we changed muster army. Sure, whatever. Rewrote a little code to be getter setters. We'll commit this shit. And we will push it up. And that is it. We are done for the day. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time, probably tomorrow. That's it for me right now. Thanks. Bye.